Hi everyone and welcome to my channel where I share watercolor paintings with you. And today we're going to be painting this beautiful rose petal with water drop. If you want to paint along, full step-by-step class is available on my Patreon of this rose petal. And so let's get on and let's see how we painted it. So first let's start by mixing up some colors. So we have this really beautiful deep rich color which is something in between magenta and red. So that's what I did. I mixed Quinacridone Magenta with some Sennellier Red, and that would be color for the lighter parts of the petal, and for the dark part I was using Quinacridone Magenta, but this time I added Perylene Maroon, which is darker red, and a little bit of Phthalo Blue to make it even darker. For that tiny little purple part right here, Red Brilliant Violet. And we need a little bit of green, so to start with I'm starting with Aureolin yellow and adding just a little touch of Phthalo Blue, and that gives us really nice fresh green. Phthalo Blue is my favorite green, and if you saw my other videos you probably noticed that that's the main blue that I'm using for all my mixes, and especially the green ones. So I'm going to be using number 2 brush to paint for most of my petal painting, and I'm going to start with green part. So usually I start every painting with wet on wet technique as a base layer, but because we have this little area with green, I just quickly paint that in with wet on dry, meaning I don't wet the paper before, let it dry, and then we're gonna start applying the base layer with this beautiful red color. So once that green color dried, I apply clean water all over my petal, making sure I have really nice and even glaze. So when you tilt your head and you see light reflecting, you should see texture of the paper. That's how I know you don't have too much water. So I'm starting with my light color first, and I'm gonna cover most of my petal because this petal doesn't have really light highlights that I need to keep. So I'm covering all of the petal as my base layer because that's sort of a highlight color. But I'm trying to make it a little bit lighter towards the base, towards the green color, and I did that by collecting some of the color with a clean damp brush. So once this layer is dry, we are ready to apply second layer, but this time with our shadow color. So again, wet on wet means I will wet the paper first with clean damp brush all over the petal, making sure I have an evenly glistening glaze. Then I pick up my shadow color and I apply the color in the shadow areas, working around the highlights. So each glaze leaves a little bit hard and an uneven edge. So once I'm finished applying the color in the shadow parts, then I clean my brush, take the water out on my towel, and I soften away the edges into the petal, making them blend in. And also lift off a little bit of highlight where I need to, regularly cleaning my brush. So once I leave that glaze to dry, I enter second stage that I like to call, where I no longer paint with wet on wet, but I start glazing and building up the tonal value of my subject. So I use damp paint on dry paper, and with the tip of my brush I apply color over and over again until I like the depth of the color and saturation. And if I have hard edge anywhere, I soften it away with clean damp brush, like so. And I can repeat that process as many times as I need to, as long as I'm gonna use very thin and transparent watercolor glazes. So the watercolor has to be quite watery and transparent for you to not get muddy on the paper. So the deeper the color, the more layers I'm gonna have to do. And I'm not worried at this point if there are any uneven layers, because in stage 3 we're gonna smooth all petal out, and I'll show you how I do that. So first I started glazing with lighter color, and now I'm picking up the darker color, the shadow color, and I have a slightly drier paint so that I could have something between glazing and dry brush. And now I'm deepening the shadow parts of that petal. But with these dark colors, I'm trying to move my brush strokes in the direction of that petal, so whichever way the natural veining is curving, that's how I apply the color to mimic the texture and the detail on that petal in the right directions. I'm also deepening the color with my red brilliant violet and green colors, but every time I glaze, making sure I keep my highlights. So whenever I apply color, I lift off some color with clean down brush of the highlighted areas. So before starting the dry brush process and smoothing of the petal, we can paint in the water drop. So I need to lift a little bit of color to make it slightly lighter. So I applied a little bit of water on that water drop and then dabbed with kitchen towel to absorb it. And you can see it got lighter, and now we can paint around, creating the outline of the water drop. So making sure I'm not overpowering with those outlines. It needs to be pretty subtle at the top and slightly stronger at the bottom on the right hand side where the cast shadow is. Once I do that, I leave it to dry, and so I can paint in the detail in the actual water drop. So I'm painting around this very light little highlight, which is still not going to be light enough, but I'm going to show you later how we can make it really bright. So now I'm just gonna go on with the detail and making sure I don't go too strong, and just painting with the very tip of my brush, creating that detail and fairly dry paint. In the actual water drop, I can see all of our colors, the red, dark red, some green, and a little bit of purple. And I try to capture that. And now I want to strengthen the outline and the cast shadow of that water drop. But you need to let the layer dry where you painted all your detail. So the water drop is done. All we're gonna have to do is retrieve some of that highlight, but the layer has to dry. So now we can go on to our stage 3 and dry brush entire petal. So for this, I'm usually using my number 0 Windsor&Newton Series 7 brush. It's my favorite brush for smoothing technique. Smoothing technique is where I dry brush entire subject with very small brush strokes and dry paint, filling in the tiniest gaps in the glaze to create it very smooth. I also put the last detail, the veining, little shadows, and make sure my lines and outlines are everywhere neat. And I fill in the tiniest gaps on all that subject so that it appears to look like airbrushed or like drawn with pencil sort of. Dry brush often feels like that, as if you would be drawing rather than painting, because I'm using very dry paint. But that's the technique that I love the most, but it can be time consuming as well. So whenever I think that my painting is not going well, or I ruined it, or I have uneven layers or watermarks, usually I can fix all of that with this technique, the dry brush, because after I'm done, it looks very smooth and you can't see any mistakes or water lines anymore. And I deepen the color even more, and I get this really deep saturated colors with dry brush. So now I want to lift off a little bit of color of my water drop on the right hand side. It appears a little bit too dark. So just apply a little bit of water, let it sit for a second, and dab with kitchen towel, and it just brightens right up. Now to get the highlights, I try first to lift off a little with clean down brush. If that doesn't work to the point I need to, I picked up a compass and used the needle point and just scrubbed a little bit of paint right off that surface, and you can see I now have this really bright white highlight. All is left now is to paint the cast shadow around the petal. For that, I'm using my Neutral Tint gray mix and a little bit of yellow to create a little bit more yellowish tone. So I start pretty much the same as I did with petal. I start with wet on wet technique. So I apply water around the area where I need my shadow to be, but apply much wider area than I need to for the shadow, so that I don't create any hard edges as the color spreads. So pick up quite saturated color, because when you paint with wet on wet, you want to use slightly stronger colors than what you use for glazing or dry brush. And I apply the color where I see the shadow, and if it spreads too much, I clean my brush, take the water out, and I collect the color, correcting the shape of that shadow as many times as I need to, constantly cleaning my brush and dabbing on a kitchen towel. and I leave it to dry. And now I'm gonna pick up again my dry brush number 0, and I'll dry brush entire surface of that shadow, deepening the color in the right areas and smoothing it out so that it appears very tidy and neat. And you can see there are little gaps in that glaze that I'm filling in with tiniest brush strokes so that the surface appears smooth. Again, it's like drawing, as I said. So once I finished smoothing that shadow, our painting of this beautiful red rose petal is finished. So I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. You can join us on Patreon if you want to paint along, and I'll see you in the future videos. So thumbs up and subscribe if you like my videos and you want to see more. Bye bye.